Hola a todos, bienvenidos a una nueva transmisión de su canal, DrKaram8K. Soy Jorge Caram, doctor en Educación y Sociedad, magíster en Tecnologías de la Información aplicada a la educación, psicólogo, y hoy quiero presentar un juego diferente, muy distinto, y por eso quise apelar a esta breve introducción en donde les puedo hablar un poco de ello. El juego se llama Vaudeville y es un título en donde se nos presentará una historia llena de acertijos, de desafíos, donde tendremos que entrevistar a los personajes para resolver un misterioso crimen. Hasta aquí, nada que de pronto no hayamos visto en muchos juegos del género. ¿Dónde radica la diferencia? Este juego funciona con inteligencia artificial y va ayudándonos de acuerdo a las preguntas que le vamos dando. Atención a ello. Y las preguntas funcionan o bien sea a través de chat que vamos escribiendo, o la inteligencia artificial es capaz también de escuchar lo que decimos. Razón por la que no voy a poder estar hablando mucho, hablándoles a ustedes las cosas, porque pues la inteligencia artificial lo va a escuchar. Sobre todo algunas frases en inglés las puede escuchar más fácil y pues empezará a hablar así, de modo tal que me verán en muchos momentos en silencio explicando las cosas. Así continuamos. Iniciamos ya con el juego luego de esta pequeña anticipación. Momento, por favor.
Feel the weight of its melancholy in the air. Even the drizzle that clung to the city's grimy cobblestones felt a shade darker than your.
Bueno, acá se nos está explicando el contexto de lo que sucede en Vaudeville.
Like burnt-out stars were the only guide through the maze of rain-soaked alleyways and whispering shadows. My name's Martini.
Martini, el detective Martini, que somos nosotros, vamos a resolver la situación.
Three murders, no leads, and a city on the brink of bedlam.
El juego de Simon O'Doherty.
Walk and cheese, each a symbol of the city's vibrant veneer. A young dancer who moved like poetry in motion. Her life cut short.
Es bonito, ¿no? La interfaz inicial, bastante bonita.
Who knew the city's pulse better.
Aquí vamos a ir resolviendo las situaciones, hablando con los protagonistas de esta extraña y atípica historia.
The usual peace in Vaudeville was off kilter, replaced by the discordant notes of.
Nos van brindando el contexto.
Strangers viewed each other through wary eyes. Neighbors turned to strangers, and every shadow seemed to.
Un trabajo bastante completo, ya lo vamos a ver un poco más en detalle.
The curtain drawn on a grim play of mystery and murder. In a city without harmony, the police chief was the conductor trying to keep the orchestra in tune. Gretzky was his name.
Como ven, el concepto principal es gracias a Simon O'Doherty.
A raw fear that danced like Saint
Música, argumento, narrativa, script, no lo brinda. Y estamos en una especie de circo propio al siglo antepasado, con una evidente énfasis en las situaciones visuales estrambóticas que nos presentaban para la época, ¿no? Juego desarrollado en Unity y, como les decía, con la inteligencia artificial como un gran proceso de apoyo. Sigue aún estando en Early Access, pero ya cada vez más evolucionado. Bueno, muy bien, vamos a darle el juego. Muy bien. En versiones previas teníamos menos lugares de acceso, ahora parece ya tenemos más lugares. Podemos ir a la alcaldía de Gavinson, podemos ir a la tienda de Pascal, al circo Saxabar, perdón. Podemos ir al Country Club, a Cabin Violet, a la estación de policía, al Coral y a la morgue. Aquí hay un escenario más, me parece, sí. De Bradwood. Vamos un poco a la morgue a ver qué nos encontramos, si podemos acceder ya a la morgue. No, a ver. Listo. Miren.
Well, detective, it's not uncommon for those in our line of work to experience secondary traumatic stress. It's important to take care of yourself and seek support if needed. After all, we are constantly exposed to the harsh
realities. Me puede reconocer la voz. Vamos a probar.
The mind and body.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing all right, thank you. It's just another day on the job examining the physical manifestations of trauma and injury. It can be tough sometimes, emotionally speaking, but we do what we can to help solve these cases and bring closure to the families and loved ones left behind.
Do you speak Spanish?
No,
Claro, sé más o
detective,
menos.
but it's not uncommon for people to feel a sense of disorientation and confusion after experiencing a traumatic event. It's a natural response of the body and mind to try and process and make sense of what has happened. In some ways, it's similar to the way the brain tries to repair and heal itself after an injury.
Okay, what
It's important to remember that every individual processes trauma differently, and sometimes the effects can be long-lasting. The amygdala, for example, can become hyperactive and trigger fear responses even when there is no actual threat present. It's a complex issue, but there are various therapies and interventions that can help.
Okay, tell me about the therapy.
There are several types of therapy that can be effective for treating the symptoms of traumatic stress. Detective, cognitive behavioral therapy, for instance, can be helpful in addressing negative thought patterns and behaviors that may be contributing to anxiety or depression. Eye movement desensitization and reprocessing, or EMDR, is another approach that involves guided eye movements to process traumatic memories and reduce their emotional impact. And of course, there are medications that can be prescribed to alleviate symptoms such as panic attacks or insomnia.
Wow.
It's important to remember that everyone has their own unique response to trauma, and there's no one-size-fits-all solution. As a coroner, I've seen firsthand the physical and psychological effects of trauma on the body and mind. It can be difficult to cope with, but with the right support and resources, it's possible to heal and move forward.
Ok, ahora sí puedo hablar. Estaba como nervioso. Yo me tiendo a poner bastante nervioso porque no es tan común encontrarnos con un juego donde podamos ir hablando con el protagonista y digamos como indagando sobre la situación, ¿sí? Yo me pongo nerviosito, ¿sí? Vamos a ver, quiero mostrarles una cosa más. Tengo entendido Spanish. Vamos a ver si puede hacer algo así. Hoy me sacó. Creo que me salí. Oh. Bueno, vamos a ver. Todavía el juego está en Early Access, pero tiene elementos muy interesantes, como pueden denotar. A mí me gusta muchísimo. Yo había probado una versión anterior y ya lo habíamos logrado como indagar varios elementos. Tenía menos lugares asequibles, con lo cual no podíamos interactuar con toda la gente en el escenario. Vamos a ver porque me salí. A ver. Vamos a ver si podemos aquí. Es Spanish.
Bodies are fascinating, aren't they? Each one is unique
No.
with its own story to tell. But sometimes those stories are cut short by violence. It's a tragedy, really. As a coroner, I see it all the time. But
Como el coronel.
remember that behind every body is a person who once lived and breathed, with their own hopes and dreams. It's my duty to give them a voice, even in death.
Hay personajes que logran hablar en español. Veo que aquí ella no. Pero Adet. Ah. Contémosle a ver qué nos dice.
Yes, it's always sad when someone's life is extinguished so abruptly. Death can be caused by so many factors, from blunt force trauma to
Bueno,
asphyxiation to
aquí vemos que hay un asesinato, ¿no?
determine the cause of death and help bring closure to the family and friends of the deceased. But it's never easy, and it's something that stays with you.
Can you tell me about the coroner? No.
Understand that the coronavirus is a serious concern for many people right now. As a medical professional, I know that
Es muy genial, vea. Me terminó hablando del coronavirus.
devastating effects on individuals and communities. It's important that we have caution to protect ourselves and those around us.
No me entiende.
Washing our hands frequently and avoiding large gatherings.
Va a intentar una vez
It's
más.
so important to remember that we have the ability to fight back against this virus through medical research and innovation. I have faith that we will come out of this stronger and more resilient than ever before.
Can you tell me about the coroner Esteveria?
I'm sorry, I'm not sure what you mean by the Cardinal Steve area. However, as a coroner, I can tell you that the human body is complex and
No me entiende. Pues antes.
is interconnected and plays
Y mi voz no funciona, hay veces así. Así que
something as small as a single cell can have a profound impact
vamos a escribirlo por
on
acá.
health and well-being. If something goes wrong, it can be difficult to pinpoint the cause. That's where my job comes in, to investigate and determine the cause of death or injury.
Coronel. A ver si así, sí. Esteveria.
Well, as a medical professional, it's always interesting to
Él como médico.
From what you've told me, it sounds like Coroner Esteveria is a
Ahora sí.
colleague who shares my passion for investigating and analyzing the causes of death. It's not an easy job, but it's one that requires a certain level of compassion and understanding for the families and loved ones of the deceased. It's important to remember that behind every case is a story, and it's our duty to help bring closure and understanding to those affected.
There is an assassin.
Yes, the idea of seeking to understand and find meaning in life and death has been explored by many philosophers throughout history. As a doctor, it's
Me terminó hablando de.
to treat each patient with empathy and respect, and to do everything in my power to ease their suffering. It's a difficult path to walk, but one that is incredibly rewarding.
Me toca así a ver.
Make a positive impact on
A ver si
someone's
pulo mi voz. Are you a doctor?
As a coroner, my role is similar to that of a medical examiner or forensic pathologist.
Ya era un coronel.
Focused on determining the cause of death, it requires a deep understanding of human anatomy,
Ok.
physiology, and pathology. It's important to be knowledgeable in these areas in order to accurately interpret the evidence and provide answers for the families and loved ones of the deceased. It's a challenging but necessary job, and one that requires a great deal of compassion and attention to detail.
Are you a doctor?
Yes, I am a doctor in the sense that I have a degree in medicine and have specialized in the field of forensics. However, my focus is on investigating and analyzing the causes of death rather than treating living patients. It's a different kind of practice, but one that is just as vital in helping to understand and prevent future tragedies. It's always difficult to see the effects of violence and illness on the body, but it's my duty to approach each case with empathy and respect.
Ok, ella es
How to uncover the truth.
una médica forense, ¿no? Una médica que trata de descubrir lo que ha sucedido con situaciones en asesinatos. Ok, thanks so much, bye.
I'm sorry, I'm not sure what you mean by cancel my wish by. If you have any medical concerns you want to discuss, I'm happy to do my best to help.
No me entiende.
It's important to take care of your health and seek professional medical advice.
Me hace sentir triste que no me van a comprender cuando hable con alguien en idioma extranjero. Ok, thank you.
It's difficult to see the toll that violence and illness can have on the body. Even when we know the science behind it, it's still a shock to see firsthand. But it's my job to remain objective and focused, and to do everything in my power to provide answers and closure for those affected. It takes a certain level of empathy and understanding to work in this field, but it's a responsibility that comes with the privilege of being able to make a positive impact on someone's life, even after they've passed.
Bye for now.
See you later.
Ok, vámonos a otro lado. Ya estuvimos en la morgue, vamos a la estación de policía. Me encanta la musiquita como nos va llevando a los sitios, ¿no? Tun, 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 turun. Oh, aquí. Hi, how are you?
Why do you ask? Do you have some news for me?
Ah, que si yo le tengo noticias. No, I'm sorry.
Is that so? Then what brings you here, Detective Martini?
Can you tell me about suspicious?
I'm sorry, I don't understand. What do you mean by stickers? Are you talking about the adhesive labels that people
Está
put on
regañando.
belongings?
Can you tell me about you?
It's Chief Gretzky. What do you want to know about me?
El jefe Gretzky, que es... ¿Cómo se dice sospechoso en inglés? A ver si, es que no me acuerdo si es así. A ver,
What suspicious person are you referring to,
me la arregla.
Detective?
Ventaja de la inteligencia artificial es que me arregla las frases que no tenga yo bien copiadas. About the murdered. Ay. Listo.
No, you want to talk about the murders. Very well. What do you want to know?
The motive. Ah. Le abono a la inteligencia artificial realmente uno que me traduce.
Well, that's what we're trying to
Sí.
figure out. isn't it? We don't have a clear motive at this stage, but we're working on identifying
Dos, que me arregla lo que me dice. Es que hablado hay veces no lo va a entender de todo y sin embargo es una impresionante, ¿no?
or information that could help us.
¿Qué puede ayudar? No. Not yet. Sorry.
All right, detective. Keep me updated if you find anything
Que lo mantenga.
of interest to the
Okay.
investigation. In the meantime, do you have anything else to ask me about?
Okay, thanks. Bye.
Hold on. Before you go, there's one thing that I'd like to know. Have you heard about Mr. Saxabar's new project? Some people say that he's up to something big, but nobody seems to know what exactly. Do you have any information about that, Detective Martini?
Can you tell me about Monsieur Saxabar's new project?
I'm sorry. I think there might be some confusion.
Piensa que le estoy insultando, no.
Or anything related to that. I was asking if you had any information about a certain Monsieur Saxabar and his supposed secret project. Is there something else you wanted to ask me about?
Tell me about new project.
So you're interested in knowing more about that, Detective. Unfortunately, we don't have much to go on at this point.
No tiene mucho que decirme. Ah, qué pesar.
That he's working on something big, and that it has something to do with taming an animal. It's all very mysterious, isn't it? But don't worry, we'll keep an eye on him and see if we can find out more.
Ok, vamos a hablar con alguien más. Ay. Bye. No, no. Ahí me copia diferente. Entonces vamos a donde dijo, yo le entendí que iba a un proyecto, un nuevo proyecto en, creo que era en el circo. Vamos al circo. Recuerden que el circo de la época. Wow. Hi, how are you?
I'm doing fantastic. Thank you for asking.
What is your name?
It's Monsieur Saxabar. It's an honor to be in your presence, my friend. Welcome to the best and greatest circus in the world.
Wow, nice to meet you.
Great. So, what brings you to our wonderful show today? Are you here to witness the most exciting attractions from all over the world? You're in for a real treat.
Can you tell me about your new project?
Yes, we are working on a new project, but unfortunately, I cannot reveal any details about it yet. But trust me, it's going to be something truly spectacular.
Ok, entonces sí tienen un nuevo proyecto, pero no me puede contar, me está asegurando que sí va a ser espectacular. Can you tell me some tips about the new project?
Sorry, my friend, but I'm afraid I cannot give you any tips about the new project. But don't worry, you'll get to see it soon enough.
When do you present the new project?
Tonight, my friend, don't miss the chance to witness something incredible.
Wow, this is great.
Thank you, my friend. We take pride in the quality of our work.
What is the Circus Saxabar?
The circus is my life's passion, my friend.
Are you the shower? Ay, ¿cómo se dice? Momentico.
My friend, I'm afraid that's none of your business.
¿Cómo le pregunto? Porque es que hay una... Ok. Tell me about...
What kind of language is unacceptable? If you can't speak to
Yo no dije eso. Yo no dije eso.
Good day.
Sorry.
Accepted.
Tell me about the murdered.
I'm afraid I don't have any information about that. Detective is a lion tamer. I'm focused on my craft and running a circus. I suggest you look elsewhere for answers.
There are anybody more here?
No, it's just me and my team preparing for tonight's show.
Bueno, me entendió. No hay nadie más ahí. Ok, thanks. Bye.
Sure, it was a pleasure speaking with you, Detective. Have a wonderful day.
Likewise.
Great, Detective. If you're interested in attending our show tonight, I can arrange a special seat for you. You'll see.
Ay, dejé de hablarle a él. Bueno, es bien interesante lo que vamos encontrando hasta acá. Realmente sé que hay una persona asesinada. La vez pasada lo habíamos llegado allá y no, esta vez no he podido encontrar con ello. Lo único es que veo que ya en esta versión está todo disponible, ¿no? Vea. Hi, how are you?
Oh, I'm just PG, as they say. You know, life is full of ups and downs. It's all part of the grand adventure, isn't it?
Grand adventure?
Oh, my dear, every great story has its moments of sadness. But that's what makes the happy moments even more precious, wouldn't you agree?
Can you tell me in Spanish?
I'm afraid I don't speak Spanish, my love. But I do speak the language of good food and fine wine. Perhaps we could indulge in some of those pleasures together. It might lift our spirits.
Algo que la anterior ocasión me acuerdo que yo le hacía preguntas en español y me las respondían. Vamos a ver si puede decirme alguna cosa, pero pareciera que no. Spanish. Vamos a ver si puede.
Bueno, my querido, la vida no siempre es fácil, pero eso no significa que no podamos disfrutar de sus placeres, que te per si nos tomamos un trago de vino y nos olvidemos de las preocupaciones por un rato.
Es muy genial, si ven que sí puede responder. Vamos a ver si... Sí puede, ahora sí.
Yeah, there's no need to be sad. Life is too short to waste on tears. Why don't we go out and have some fun? We could go to the theater, or perhaps take a trip somewhere. The world is our oyster, after all.
Tell me about you, please.
Well, there's not much to say about me, really. Just a simple widow trying to make the most of life. Of course, it's not always easy being a woman of means. People can be so judgmental, don't you think? But that's their problem, not mine. I'll just keep living life on my own terms. Thank you very much.
You are a beautiful woman.
Why, thank you. Although I must admit, I'm not quite sure what that has to do with anything we're discussing. But since we're on the topic of beauty, I must ask, have you ever seen a more stunning bouquet of flowers than the ones Pascal has on display today? They're positively breathtaking.
Are you nervous? Ay.
You know, sometimes people can be so infuriating, don't you think? But it's best not to let them get under your skin. Instead, we should focus on the things that bring us joy. Like a good book, a delicious meal, or a long walk in the park. And if anyone tries to get in our way, we'll just have to find a way around them.
Okay, tell me about this place.
This place. It's nothing special, really. Just a quaint little grocery shop in the heart of Vaudeville. But I must say, Pascal always has the freshest produce and the finest cheeses. It's a shame some of the other shopkeepers in town can't seem to keep up. But that's their loss, isn't it?
Cheese?
Oh, I do so hate it when people try to tell me what to do. It's as if they think they know better than I do. But I won't let them get the best of me. No, I'll show them who's boss. After all, I am a woman of means, and I won't be pushed around by anyone.
Okay, thanks. Bye.
You're welcome. I'm so glad we had a chance to chat. It's always nice to spend time with someone who appreciates the finer things in life. I do hope we can do it again sometime soon. In fact, maybe we could plan a little outing together. There's a new exhibit at the art museum I've been dying to see, and I'd love to have some company. What do you say?
Okay. It's interesting.
Wow, I suppose some people just can't handle the heat, can they? But not me. I'm not afraid to stand my ground and fight for what's right. And if anyone tries to get in my way, well, let's just say they'll regret it. Thank you, dear. I'm so glad we see eye to eye on things. Now, I must admit, I do love a good challenge. There's nothing quite like the thrill of victory, is there? And if someone happens to get in my way, let's just say they'll have a hard time keeping up with me. Oh, but enough about that. Let's talk about something pleasant, shall we? Like the lovely weather we've been having lately. I do so enjoy a nice sunny day, don't you? And speaking of sunshine, have I ever told you about the trip I took to the Mediterranean last
Ok, me toca quitar ese micrófono, me sorprende todo lo que me dice. Bye, dear.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that you have to go, but don't worry, I'll be fine on my own. I'm not afraid to stand up for myself, you know? And if anyone tries to mess with me, they'll soon regret it. But you have a good day now, won't you? And don't forget to watch your back. You never know who might be lurking around the corner.
Ok. Bueno, bastante formal estuvo ella conmigo, ¿no? Es un juego bien interesante. A mí me encanta porque hay algunos personajes que con los que logra uno hablar en español en ocasiones. Vamos a ver. Hi, how are you?
Hey there, I'm doing pretty well. Thanks for asking. How about you? Is there anything I can help you with?
What is this place?
This is Coral, one of my favorite bars in Vaudeville. It's decorated with undersea material, and it's just so cool. Have you ever been here before?
Okay, and you, what did you?
I see. Don't worry. I'm always happy to chat with new people and make new friends. So, what brings you to our lovely town of Vaudeville? Are you on a vacation, or are you planning to stay for a while?
Who are you?
I'm so sorry. I should have introduced myself earlier. My name is Ingrid, and I'm a ballerina. I moved to Vaudeville recently to pursue my dreams and try my luck in a world of dance. What about you? What do you do for a living?
Are you a ballerina? Wow.
Yes, that's right. Dancing has always been my passion, and I'm so grateful to have the opportunity to do what I love every day. It's not always easy, but it's definitely worth it. Do you have any hobbies or passions that you're particularly passionate about?
You work here?
Yes, I'm here. It's so great to have the chance to talk to someone like you, Detective Martini. I love making new friends and learning about different people and cultures. What do you like to do in your free time? Maybe we could hang out sometime and do something fun together.
There are, me confundí. There are murders here?
That's awesome. It's always nice to meet new people in Vaudeville, especially those who appreciate the same things as me. So, what do you want to do next? Do you want to explore some of the local cafes or parks with me? Or maybe we could go see a show or listen to some live music. Whatever you're in the mood for, I'm up for it.
Country music?
Oh, I love country music. There's something so special about the way it tells stories and captures the essence of life. Have you ever been to the Blue?
Realmente acá hay una historia de alguien que ha fallecido y uno tiene que ir indagando sobre esta muerte, pero es muy interesante. Al fin y al cabo es una inteligencia artificial, de modo tal que le podemos preguntar sobre varios temas y nos termina respondiendo. Can you tell me about United States?
Actually, Detective Martini, I'm not from the United States. I'm originally from Northern Europe, but I moved to Vaudeville to pursue my dreams of becoming a ballerina. However, I've always been
Es una mujer europea.
culture and history. From the Wild West to the Jazz Age to the Civil Rights Movement, there's so much to explore and learn about. What specifically are you interested in? Maybe we could do some research together and discover some interesting facts and stories.
Are you standing here?
No, I'm not standing out here, but I'm so glad we're talking. It's been really nice getting to know you, and I hope we can continue to hang out and have fun. You seem like a really cool person, and I'm excited to see what adventures we can have in this amazing city. No, I'm not standing out here, but I'm enjoying our conversation so much that I don't even notice the cold. You're such an intriguing person, and I feel like we have a real connection. It's not often that I meet someone who is so open-minded and curious about the world. I hope we can continue to talk and get to know each other better.
Tell me about the murder, please.
I'd love to tell you about my mother. She's one of the most important people in my life, and I admire her so much. She's always been there for me, supporting me and encouraging me to follow my dreams. She's also an incredible artist and musician, and she's taught me so many valuable lessons about creativity and self-expression. I'm so grateful to have her, and I'm sure she would love to meet you someday. Detective Martini, I'm sorry, but talking about murders is not something that makes me feel good. It's such a tragic and heartbreaking thing to
Ajá, no, entonces tampoco fue acá.
talk about something else. Maybe we could discuss some of the positive things happening in our lives or in the world around us. There's so much beauty and wonder out there, and it's worth focusing on those things instead of dwelling on the negative. What do you think?
Okay, thanks, bye.
You're welcome. But wait, don't go yet. It's been so great chatting with you, and I don't want to say goodbye just yet. Is there anything else you want to ask me or any other topics you want to explore? Or, if you have to go, let's make plans to hang out again soon.
Yes, show me the place. This place?
Absolutely. Let's. There are so many amazing places to see in Vaudeville, and I can't wait to
Okay.
introduce to you. We could start by checking out some of the local art galleries and museums, or maybe we could go for a stroll in one of the beautiful parks. Whatever we do, I know we're going to have a blast. Let's go.
Okay, vamos. Okay, come on.
Yes, let's do it. I'm feeling so energized and confident right now. Life is full of possibilities, and I feel like we can do anything we set our minds to. It's such a great
Okay.
time to be alive and to have the chance to explore this incredible city with someone as fun and interesting as you. So, let's embrace the moment and make the most of it.
Vamos a mirar otro lado. Bueno, como pueden ver, los diferentes personajes pues nos van dando algunas pistas acá. Creo que ya estuvimos acá. Vamos a mirar. Sí, miremos acá. Y cada personaje pues, miren. Hi, how are you?
I'm doing quite well. Thank you for asking. What brings you here today?
Tell me about the murdered.
Which murder are you referring to, Detective Martini? There have been several in Vaudeville recently.
The murder in the morgue?
Oh, that's terrible news. I hadn't heard about that one yet. Do you have any leads on who might have done it?
Ok. Hay una persona, pero no logro aún descifrar dónde era. Entonces, mi rol como detective pues me permite dialogar, interrogar a las personas e ir revisando detalles. Hi, how are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. What brings you here today?
Who are you?
Oh, I'm sorry. Have we not met before? My name is Michelle. I'm an entrepreneur and socialite in Vaudeville. How can I assist you?
Tell me about your work, please.
Sure. What would you like to know about my work?
Do you know the murder? No.
I'm not quite sure what you mean by the motors. Could you please clarify your question?
Can you tell me about the Vaudeville country, please?
Bonneville County. That's not a place in Vaudeville, is it? Are you perhaps referring to a different location?
What location are in Vaudeville?
I'm sorry. Buttermilk.
No la pronuncio
Are
bien.
you talking about a specific area or a type of food? Could you please provide more context so that I can better understand your question?
Sorry. Tell me about you, please.
Of course. What would you like to know about me?
Your professor?
My professor. What do you mean?
No, sorry. Your profession. No. No.
Could you please rephrase your previous message? It's a bit unclear to me what you're asking.
Excuse me. Who are you?
That's a strange question to ask. We've already introduced ourselves earlier. As a reminder, my name is Michelle. Is there anything specific you'd like to know about me?
What do you do here?
Well, we're currently at the Vaudeville Country Club. Are you asking about why I'm here at the club specifically, or are you asking about my overall purpose or occupation?
Yes, your occupation, please.
Oh, sure. May I ask why exactly you're interested in knowing about my occupation?
Can you tell me about your occupation, please? No, your occupation, please.
I'm not sure what you mean by application. Could you please provide more context or clarify your question? Okay, sure. Well, as an entrepreneur and socialite, fashion is a huge part of my life. In fact, it's what my business is all about. Additionally, attending social events, solving mysteries, and designing clothes are some of my hobbies and interests. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, thank you.
Sure. So, what brings you here to the Vaudeville Country Club? It's such a beautiful day out, isn't it?
Bueno, salgamos. Muy bien. Creo que aquí ya tenemos un contexto bastante claro de lo que este título nos ofrece. Vamos indagando y cuando ya tengamos más elementos, pues podemos acusar o podemos decir quién es la persona, digamos, que ha cometido el crimen, que aún no tenemos datos sobre el mismo. Vamos a ver si aquí podemos encontrar algo más. Wow, who are you?
Hey, I'm Donna. Is there anything I can help you with?
What about you?
Oh, me. Well, I'm just a humble protector of the Blackwoods. I spend most of my time meditating and praying, and I have a deep love for all the creatures that call this forest home. It's not much, but it's my life's work, and I'm proud of it.
Tell me about the creatures, please.
I'm sorry, I'm not sure what you mean by cheaters. Could you please clarify?
Excuse me, about the creatures. Pronunciation. No.
Sorry, detective, but I'm not sure what pictures you are referring to. However, I'm always happy to have a chat with you if you'd like. Maybe we can talk about the beautiful plants
About
the Blackwoods, or perhaps about the importance of protecting our natural world.
About the... A ver si ahora sí.
The creatures of the Blackwoods.
Yes.
They are truly magnificent beings. The grass whispers secrets to me, the mushrooms share their wisdom, and the river tells me stories of the past and present, and the creatures themselves. Well, let's just say they're not like any other creatures you've ever seen. They're mysterious and elusive, but they're also kind and gentle. They are my friends, and I will do everything in my power to protect them.
Can you speak Spanish, please?
Hola, si, puedo hablar español. Pero no soy muy buena en ello, así que espero que puedas entender. Hay algo en particular que te gustaría hablar.
¿Sobre un asesinato?
I'm sorry, detective, but I'm not sure what you mean by the silver spoon asesinato. It sounds like a very intriguing mystery, but unfortunately, I'm not much of a detective. My skills lie more in the realm of nature and spirituality. But if you ever need help finding your way through the Blackwoods or learning more about the creatures here, please don't hesitate to ask.
Just Asesinato, please.
Detective, you mentioned before that there have been some murders in Vaudeville recently. It's so sad to hear about such violence and tragedy. But, to be honest, it's not really my area of expertise. Like I said, my focus is on protecting the natural world and the beings that inhabit it. But if there's anything else you'd like to talk about, feel free to let me know.
Are you a protector?
Oh, dear, it seems like my communication skills might not be the best. You see,
Bueno,
sometimes my...
realmente mi pronunciación no funciona de la mejor manera, pero me entiende bastantes cosas. Y si no,
my heart is always in...
puedo compensarlas con el texto. Es una aplicación bien interesante con muchísimas situaciones, digamos que te termina dispersando de la misión principal por ponerte a hacer otras cosas, te empieza a inquietar, resulta muy agradable en algunas situaciones, personajes que empiezan como a hablar. Vamos a hablar con Marina. Hi, how are you?
Oh, hello. I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. What brings you here today?
Who are you?
I'm surprised you don't know me. I'm Marina H., the burlesque dancer. Have you not heard of me before?
Are you a dancer?
Yes, that's right. How did you guess? Do you like to dance too?
No, really. Sorry.
That's all right. Don't worry about it. Is there anything specific you wanted to ask me about?
Tell me about the murder, please.
Of course, but before we talk about the murders, can I just say how much I love your name? It's so unique and interesting. Now, what would you like to know about the murders?
Bueno, por fin alguien me hablaba del asesinato y ya podíamos preguntarle, pero creo que ya tenemos la idea clara de lo que este juego nos ofrece. Juego bien interesante, con muchísimas posibilidades. Al fin y al cabo, la inteligencia artificial al servicio de la jugabilidad y de podernos encontrar con una experiencia muy completa. Me tomó bastante tiempo llegar a alguien que me hablara del asesinato, pero podemos indagarle mucho más. Es un juego que nos exige tener preparado, digamos, como un mejor contexto para ello. Ahora bien, si queremos, podemos después a charlarlos de muchísimos otros temas y vamos a encontrar respuestas. Tenemos que ser bastante depurados con la pronunciación, pero la inteligencia artificial en medio de todo se da caso de escuchar y entender muy bien, lo que permite una interacción. Imagínense si esto es apenas como vestigios iniciales de aplicaciones que empiezan a aprovechar este tipo de procesos. Imagínense todo lo que podemos encontrar. Pero esto ha sido todo por hoy. No olviden visitar mis contenidos en Instagram, TikTok y Twitch. Doctor Jorge Carán, doctor en Educación y Sociedad, magíster en psicólogo, apasionado que ha dedicado su vida a esto, los videojuegos. Y seguiremos viendo más videojuegos, mis amigos. Gracias por su compañía. Hasta un próximo juego.